This pink beauty is a brand new Salsa Journeyman, a relatively new model from a US company aimed at bringing their expertise in off-road gravel adventure bikes to a more accessible, affordable price point. So the bike we have here costs £1,650 here in the UK. I put US prices in the description below. And for that, you get a full aluminium frame, a carbon fork and a SRAM Apex 1x group set. So let's start with the frame. And the first thing to note is there are mounts and bolts for just about every accessory you want to fit. This bike is all about being versatile. So you can use it for bike packing adventures, gravel racing, touring, audax or commuting. Pretty much any use you want to use this bike for, it can be turned to that use. So on the top tube, there are 2 bolts for a small fuel pod. You've got an extra water bottle cage on the bottom of the down tube, so 3 bottle cages there in total. On the rear, you have rack and mudguard mounts as well, so ideal for commuting and for winter riding. And on a carbon fork, you'll see there are 3 bolts on either side, and they're for using anything cages or bottles and the accessories that that company creates. So you can fit this bike with everything. All your bike packing bags, mudguards, racks, extra water bottles, and go out on a big adventure. All the accessory points and mounts on this bike really tell you what the bike is all about. And it's basically about having an adventure, whether it's a micro adventure or a massive European adventure, bike packing, touring, just going out there with everything strapped to the bike that you might need, from sleeping bags and tents to cooking utensils, and just going out there and having a bit of fun, rather than the race focused riding that the company's own Warbird gravel race bike is designed for. The other key difference to the Salsa Warbird is the geometry. So it's basically a bit more laid back than that bike. So a slightly taller head tube, a bit of a shorter reach, just to make it a bit more accessible to the sort of person buying this bike who probably is buying their first gravel or adventure bike and wants something that can be easy to ride, not going to be twitchy or nervous, you're nice and planted, stable, and can look after them. Whether you're riding your local woods with no baggage or you're fully laden the bike with everything you need for a 3-week adventure through the middle of the Himalayas. So that's the sort of bike it's really aimed at. As well as all those accessory points, you also have an external threaded bottom bracket with full internal cable routing inside a down tube. And as you can see from that spare port on the top of the down tube, you can fit a front mech. So it's 2x compatible as well as a 1x spec we have here. It's become increasingly common to see gravel and adventure bikes these days designed around both 700cc wheels that we're all used to and know, and the smaller, fashionably on-trend 650B wheels. The Journeyman is no exception, and the spec we have includes the WTB Nano 2.1 inch wide 27.5 mountain bike tyres on a WTB rim with Novatec hubs. You could, if you wanted to, run a 700cc wheel with say a 40mm gravel tyre, depending on your preference, your requirements, riding styles and the terrain you're riding on, but this is a pretty good starting point and they certainly look like a lot of fun. These bigger tyres should be a bonus if you're going bike packing and loading the bike up with loads of extra weight, because you get more cushioning from these tyres, so more comfort, and also more grip as well when you're riding unpredictable terrain. So a good tyre, a good choice for this sort of bike. As I mentioned, this bike costs £1,650 and you get a full SRAM Apex 1x group set. So no front mech at the front, just a single ring with the company's own clutch style mechanism rear mech at the back and a wide range cassette at the back. So plenty of gear range. You can also change your front chainring if you want to tailor it, go bigger or smaller depending on the terrain, whether it's flat or hilly, you can change that easily. We don't have hydraulic disc brakes here due to the price, but we have the mechanical TRP Spire brakes, which are quite a popular choice. They're not as good as hydraulic brakes, let's be honest, but they do provide reasonable braking power, got good reliability as well. And one benefit is you get the nice compact small hoods that you don't have on SRAM's hydraulic stoppers. So that's one benefit, but I'd rather take hydraulic disc brakes. But that just shows how hard it is to get hydraulic disc brakes at this price point. All the finishing kit, well bar the WTB saddle, is all Salsa branded kit. So an alloy seat post, inline design with a 2-bolt clamp, short stubby alloy stem and an alloy wide flared handlebar. So a nice looking handlebar, shallow reach, nice comfortable drops, should be a good fit for this sort of bike. But that's enough talk. What's it like to ride? Well, take it for a spin and see what it's all about. The Journeyman is for more relaxed paces, riding through forests like this one, exploring and going a distance in comfort and with your own supplies. Exploring and gravel adventures and bike packing, touring, commuting, all-axing adventure riding, that is what this bike is designed for. If there are any downsides, is that it's a bit heavy, though it's par for the course at the price point. The mechanical disc brakes aren't that great compared to hydraulic disc brakes, and the quick release axles, while they work just fine, look a bit out of place compared to 12mm axles that have become standard in the bike industry. And then of course, let's not forget, it's a Salsa. It has Salsa written on the down tube. Salsa is a brand that many people aspire to own, and providing this lower price point bike makes it more accessible to people who aspire to own a Salsa. Right, that's enough for a first look. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Are you loving the pink paint job? Loving the big tyres, the price point and the spec? Let us know what you think of the bike in the comment section down below. There'll be a full review on the website in a few weeks' time, so make sure you go and check that out. But for now, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed watching this video, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It means a lot to us, so hit that subscribe button now, and I'll see you all again in the next video.